Sakura Miko is an absolute unit on the field of HoloCure. In this video, I'm going to talk about what her weapons and skills do, what weapons and items do I recommend to throw on her, and what weapons and items to level up first. Okay, so to start off, Sakura Miko's weapon is called the Sakura Gohei. It does splash damage on hit and is pretty powerful, honestly. At level 2, it increases its area attack by 20%. At level 3, it increases its damage by 30%. At level 4, you get a second swing. At level 5, it increases your DPS by 15%. At level 6, it increases your damage by 30% again. And at Awaken level 7, targets take 25% extra damage for 1 second. Her special attack is called the Demon Lord's Domain. It creates a massive lava pool around Miko for 8 seconds, dealing damage to anything inside it. The targets also take 50% more damage while in there. Sakura's skills are pretty good for her. Her first skill is called Elite, and that gives her an attack and movement speed buff by 20%, as well as making any elite weapons 10% larger. This is the lava buckets, the miasma, the mikamets. Attack and movement speed increased 35% at level 2 and 50% at level 3. Her second skill is called Baby Language, which gives Sakura's Gohei attacks a 10% chance to nye the enemy. This nye deals 50% more damage and reduces their attack and movement speed by 30% for 3 seconds. You know if the enemy is under this effect if they have these symbols underneath them. Level 2 increases your chance to deal nye to 15% and deals 75% damage. Level 3 increases your chance to 20% and deals 100% damage, basically doubling your attack. Eroge Hero is her third skill. When Miko defeats a target, she gains Arrow, represented by this icon at the bottom of the screen for 4 seconds. While this is active, she will heal 2 HP every 2 seconds. This basically gives her self-heal every 2 seconds if you are constantly defeating enemies, which in this game, you're going to constantly be defeating enemies. At level 2, it increases to 3 HP, and at level 3, it increases to 4 HP. Sakura's strength, honestly, is in close range with many enemies at once. She can struggle against long range, hard to get enemies, such as the Achan boss. Now, what weapons would I recommend to throw on her? The one you absolutely need is the Elite Lava Bucket, and that's because of her skill, Elite, which makes the weapon 10% larger. It's just, you need it on her. You 100% need it on her. Now, because you're gonna have the lava bucket, I recommend having Spider Cooking or Psycho Axe next, so that way you can collab with them. And the collabs will also both be 10% larger due to her skill. Since Miko struggles from long range, I recommend throwing the Broken Dreams collab. This is to provide her with some extra defense around her body for close range enemies, at the same time hitting basically every enemy that's currently on the screen. Now, I also recommend the Flattening Board, and this is because that is also going to hit enemies from far away in a large area. The Frozen Sea, once again, it's going to surround her with the BL books, and it's going to throw the water around the map, dealing damage to basically any enemy after that. Anything that you want to put after that, that's on you. Now, for Miko, you want to work on increasing her damage. She has a really low crit to start off, so don't worry about that. Some of the items that I recommend are Doncho's Milk. This will increase the size of your lava pools or miasma or any of the collabs by 20%, and it also affects Sakura's Gohei. So her main attack, the one that does splash damage, it's going to increase that by 20% too. If you're very confident in your ability to dodge attacks, I recommend you maximize your healing ability while increasing her damage. So what I mean by that is that I recommend the Injection type Asakoko, which increases the damage up to 80% but loses 5 HP per second. Now, Sakura starts at a 60 HP at G0, at a rank G rank 0, which would be 3 HP loss per second. With her Eroge skill, at level 3, she heals 2 HP per second. So, because of that, I would recommend throwing the Nurse's Horns, so that way you can heal up, since you're going to be killing so many enemies to counteract that effect. Now, you can also throw in the Full Meal, which just doubles the HP. You should be good with the Nurse's Horns, but in case you want a little bit more, while maximizing your damage, I would go with the Full Meal too. Now, since she has really low crit rate, I recommend the Gorilla's Paw, which will increase your attack by 50% but lower your crit rate. Yeah, it's really low anyways. Just go with the attack. I would also increase the face mask, which increases your attack by 50% and haste by 10%, but it increases damage taken. Now, if you don't want to do the injection type or the horns or the full meal, you can actually just do the body pillow to give her a little bit more health and just soak up damage like that. Any damage that you'll take after the body pillow will just be recovered by her skill or by any food that you find around, which means that you would have two or three extra spots that you can use to whatever you like. Now, as to what to level up first, you 100% want to level up her main attack first, the Sakura Gohei. Absolutely, get that to level 7. Get at least to the double hit. At least to the double hit so that way you can do some serious damage quickly. You also want to get the lava bucket as soon as possible. I mean, that thing is going to be 10% bigger. And once you have the lava bucket, get the elite skill, at least the first phase, at least the first level, so that way you can increase that area to 10%. I would then recommend getting, once you have the lava bucket, I would recommend getting the Psycho Axe or the Spider Cooking, depending on what collabs you want to do. But that way you can collab them with the lava bucket and it will be absolutely bigger. And complete honestly, Sakura is an absolute unit out there on the field. She's very good at the second stage. She can handle a lot of enemies coming from once. She's very strong close range. She only struggles with the long range, which just put anything that can hit from long range. She's very easy to use and beginner friendly. She's an absolute unit.